my name is Catherine and this is Raspberry Reads. In this video I have a vlog for you. We recently went down to North Devon, which is in the southwest of England, and we went to the seaside town of Woolacombe, which is known for its lovely dog-friendly, family-friendly beaches. And I will share some of my thoughts about the books that I'm reading this summer with you in this video, and also some clips of our campsite and of the seaside. Hi everyone. So we've just arrived at our campsite in North Devon near Woolacombe, and I just thought I'd show you a few of the books, one of the books that I'm going to try and read on this holiday, which is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I haven't even started yet, but this is my physical book that I'm going to read on this holiday, either in the tent when I've got some peace and quiet, or possibly at the beach. And then otherwise on my phone I've got two ebooks, which are Project Hail Mary and also Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert, and then I've got one audiobook which is called The Night Hag, which I've only just started. So yeah, those are what I'm going to be listening to / reading during our Devon holiday, and I will tune in as and when I can to update you. Alright, bye. Hi everyone, I'm at the beach right now, but I haven't had any chance to do any reading because I've been looking after Wilbur, my dog, who's been having a temper tantrum the whole time. So yeah, unfortunately this might be just sea views rather than my thoughts on any of the books that I'm reading, but I'll try and check in later. Day 2 at the seaside. We've got a weasel and another critter over there. Sunny today. Very nice, very nice. This is setting up over there. Beautiful coastline of Woolacombe. And me, looking a little bit tired. Maybe I will have time today to do some reading, but we'll see. Right now I'm reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I like the premise so far, but some of the writing is a little bit too pop culture for me. And otherwise I am enjoying my book about an archaeologist who has a mother, well, we think it's her mother, who is really into mesmerism. I'm enjoying that book so far too, but I'll check in later. Bye-bye. Hi everyone. So I'm checking in much later than I was intending to, back home. By the way, if this background looks a bit different, it's because we got a new sofa, which is a very nice pink color, and it's so big that we had to move the bookshelf from behind the sofa. Sad times. So that's why this background looks a little bit different. But in any case, so I tried to put together a little vlog for you of our trip to North Devon, Woolacombe, which is a lovely beach seaside town. We had really good weather and enjoyed frolicking on the seaside. I did not read as much as I thought I was going to. I did listen to my audiobook for a fair amount in the evenings. My daughter goes to bed quite early, so I would just sort of lie there until I fell asleep, which admittedly was also quite early. But yeah, so I thought I'd just wrap up and tell you where I'm at with all of the books that I am reading currently in the summer. So I should say that one of the books, which, let me just reach it for you. Yeah, the book that I didn't bring on holiday is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. I am, I think, 2/3 of the way through The Four Winds, and I'm really enjoying that book, but I just decided to not bring it with me on holiday. So I'll do a wrap up on that book at another point. But I was reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I think I'm about 50 or 60 pages in. I'm enjoying it so far, but it's just not my usual type of book. It's too contemporary. Okay, no, that doesn't make any sense because it is historical fiction in a way where it's looking at Evelyn Hugo's life, but it's written in a contemporary way, and that's not usually my jam. I will continue with it, although I think I'll probably take my time. It seems to be a good book to just bring with me on holiday where I can pick up as and when I would like, but I do like the idea so far of the main character whose name escapes me, but she's she's a journalist, and she's tasked to write Evelyn Hugo's biography to get to the bottom of why did she have 7 husbands? And it is an interesting premise. I think I like the fact that it looks so far a lot at sort of race and class differences at that point in Hollywood. But yeah, if you've read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, what did you think of the first sort of half of the book? Do you think that it sort of picks up and grips you a little bit further along, or is it a steady pace book? Because so far, I must admit, I'm not entirely gripped, and I need to know whether or not I should persevere with it. Otherwise, I was reading my ebook of Wicked Beauty by Katie Robert. Now, these are very, very spicy romantasy books. They're set in a modern Olympus setting, and Wicked Beauty is, it's very steamy, but leaving that aside, the plot is that there's a competition for the next Ares, the next person to be Ares, who's one of the 13 gods of Olympus. And it's very much Hunger Games meets Maze Runner, the Maze Runner. And I like that so far. I really like it. Very standard tropes, kind of predictable, but I'm enjoying it anyways. And I can very much recommend it if you like steamy romantasy. Otherwise, I am just starting to read Project Hail Mary, and I think I like it. I can see, okay, it's really tricky because the cover that I'm reading has Ryan Gosling on it, and I can completely see why they cast Ryan Gosling as the protagonist. Is very that his kind of humor, and so I'm really struggling to kind of separate the character from Ryan Gosling. But I am enjoying it so far. It's quite witty, and I'm just getting into it as to he's trying to figure out where he is, and why he has kind of woken up in this place. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this book in the summer. My reason for that, it is so incredibly popular. I'm reading it as an ebook, and I only have like 15 days left to read it, and then there's a huge wait list. So I'm going to pick away at it, and then I think I'm probably going to try and find a physical copy of it and read the rest as a physical book. Those are my thoughts on that one. And then the last book, which is an audiobook that I'm reading, is called The Night Hag, and I have mixed feelings about this one. I have been listening to it consistently every night, and it is interesting, but it's also kind of boring at the same time, which doesn't make any sense to me. But The Night Hag is about a woman who is an archaeologist, and she's doing a dig of Bronze Age, like a Bronze Age hoard, but she has lots of nightmares, and most of the book so far is kind of a retrospective, looking at her life and piecing together why she has these nightmares. And I think, if I remember correctly, it's called The Night Hag because she sleepwalks, she wanders around on the moors or whatever at night, and then the people are very superstitious, the local people, and they think that she's some sort of hag. I think that's what it is. It's not the most clearly written book, so I'll have to wait until I wrap it up, but so far it's a very sort of 3-star middling book for me, which is a shame because I The only other audiobook that I have on the go is The Manning Tree Witches, which is exactly the same issue, that I'm not really into it. And I felt like I could have done with a more gripping audiobook while I was trying to fall asleep while camping. But in any case, those are my thoughts on the books. Interspersed in this video, which I'm sure you will have already seen, are some snippets of our campsite and also the beach. And I'll try and get this up in early August for you. And as I've mentioned before, I'm taking it easy this summer with BookTube, giving myself a break. So I'll have this video up, and I'll probably do a July and August wrap up as a sort of summer wrap up at the beginning of September. So you might not see me for a little while, but I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you're enjoying your summer reads, and I will see you soon in a new video. Okay, take care. Bye.